Hello everyone, it is RP again with another review video. This time I was approached by a company called HFK to review, no contract, no holds barred, review of their HC50RM motorcycle dashboard slash dash cam combo unit, and this is what it's supposed to be. They sell this in Singapore through Bikers World, and to set some expectations as to the price point, something like this is going to go with it's being sold in Singapore for about 750 to 800 Singaporean dollars. If you buy this as an international customer on their own website, it is gonna be about 699 US dollars to 799 US dollars for the 256 gigabyte internal memory version. The cheaper one is for 128 gigabytes of internal memory. So all things considered, if we are to set expectations based on the price point, this is going to be on the more expensive side of things, in line with something like Chigi. So now I want to go through some of the things that the package that was sent to me came with. Obviously, when you pay for the base combo unit, you're just only going to get this display unit, as well as a pair of dash cams for the front and back of the motorcycle. On top of that, HFK also sent me their tire pressure monitoring system units, as well as a simple remote control. Now, here is my own personal opinion as to the quality of everything. As far as the quality of the dash unit itself, this is very well built. It is very rugged, very solid, and definitely worth the price tag it's being sold for. In terms of the actual real estate of the screen, this is actually very reasonably big. It's about 6 inches-ish. The actual screen is bright in Singapore's very, very harsh daylight sun that I usually have a very huge problem with many other dashboard display products. They don't do well under Singapore's harsh sunlight. When we get to the actual touchscreen capabilities on this, the touch sensitivity of it is very good. It's very responsive, it's fast. As far as using it with your bare fingers or with your glove, if you have a glove with touch capable fingertips. Another thing I also appreciated is that for the price you are paying something comparable with a lot of other brands, but it comes with an internal 128 or 256 gigabyte, similar to NVMe memory. The thing I like about this value proposition is that, honestly speaking, other companies are going to give you a dash with 32 gig or probably 4 gig of internal memory, and then they have a micro SD slot for you to put your own memory card in. Great if you already have your own memory card, but not so if you have to pay extra for it. And when you discuss the whole point about this not having expandable memory, you can't add an additional micro SD card to expand the memory on this. It's kind of a moot point, because in my personal opinion, as a rider and as a dashcam user for many years, it's not necessary to have a lot of space on your dashcam's memory, because you are going to just cycle the footage, and when an accident happens, you're just going to pull the relevant footage of your vehicle. Now, in terms of connectivity between your dashboard unit with things like the remote and the TPMS, I would say the connection The wireless Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connection on it is very good. It is very fast and it has a very decently long range, so it doesn't really break the connection that easily if you take the dashboard far away from your phone, or if you put your remote and your dash very far apart. So for example, if you have some rally tower and the dash and remote is on your handlebars, it's got a decent range. It's got a decent range to the wheels for the TPMS. In terms of the wired connection to the dash cam itself, now there is a little USB port here that you're supposed to connect your cameras to this unit so that it can record and store the footage on this unit. If I were to manage to get it connected the first time and have it run again subsequently when I turn on my motorcycle, move off, shut it off, turn it on again, it maintains the connection very well. But in the event, like for now, I am taking the unit off to pull off footage. The next time I were to try and connect the USB to the dashboard itself, it sometimes really doesn't detect the camera the first time. You might need to pull it out, push it back in, and then wait to see if it detects the camera. Pull it out again, push it back in. Usually doesn't take more than 2 tries, but it's something. The physical buttons on this thing as well is very solid. I like the tactile feeling. It's soft enough that with a relatively lightweight press, you can actuate it, but it's not so light that it feels very wobbly or poor fitted. The other plus point I would probably consider that this thing has is that the box for the dashboard unit itself comes with a quick release clamp and your handlebar clamp. So if you wanted to, you could actually very quickly release this from your handlebars to pull it off. Quick release clamps on other brands' units tend to be a separate purchase. It's not expensive, but it tends to be a separate purchase and not standard with the dashboard unit itself. Now I want to move on to the dash cam itself. The dash cam, sad to say, it works, but in terms of the quality, it is below my average expectations. It is marketed as 2K, but if you are somebody that has any interest or any knowledge about videography or optics in general, you know that does not matter to the quality of footage taken. The important thing is the sensor and the lenses. The camera, the dash cam for the HFK HC50RM combo unit, the footage quality is usable in daylight. At night, footage becomes almost unusable to me. They could have fixed it if they had better software and 60 FPS, but they don't. They can definitely fix it a bit if they included some sort of rubber vibration dampening mounts with the unit, but they don't have it. And I don't think vibration dampening is going to help it much because I've already put the camera on relatively isolated parts of my motorcycle with it being stood off from the rest of the frame and the engine vibrations. So in the sense, I would say it's not entirely unusable. The plus point is that there is a built-in microphone. I mean, there is a lot of cameras out there with microphones right now, so it's a moot point. All in all, here's my final verdict. If you are primarily trying to get a all-in-one unit like this, primarily for the purposes of CarPlay, so that you can do navigation, so that you can reply to messages, so that you can listen to music and control it through a dashboard, that is fine. This is very good value for money. It is great in its construction. I like it a lot. This is the star of the show. I love it. However, if your entire purpose is to get an all-in-one unit where the main point of it is the dash cam, and then you have this to collect the footage, and then all the other CarPlay features is secondary, then you should look elsewhere. In fact, I think if the whole point of getting one of these is the dash cam, you should probably find it cheaper to get a dedicated dash cam unit combo, and then probably use your phone on a phone mount for whatever you're using it for, navigation for example. So that's all I have to say. If you like this review, you found it helpful, do give me a like, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz. If you've got more questions about the HFK HC50RM, leave them down in the comments below and I will try my best to answer them. Stay safe out there and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye bye.